is now serving as protector of York.
In 1991, brothers Robin and Rand Miller, co-founders of Scion, decided to create a new genre in video games. Not only were they ready to create a new world, they also wanted to create a different way of seeing environments, puzzles, and the way people viewed video games. Myst came out in 1993 and quickly reached the top of the charts worldwide, selling over 6 million copies to date. Myst was and remains a true revolution in the gaming industry as it broke new ground by combining story, photorealistic graphics, and the challenge of solving integrated puzzles together in a form accessible to all. Myst introduces the story of a tormented family. Atrus, the last descendant of an extinct race, the Denis, keeps alive the magical art of writing. This art of writing allows him to create new worlds, called ages, by simply describing them in books. Atrus spent more time with his books than with his two sons, Cirrus and Aknar. In retaliation, the two brothers decided to destroy their father's books and terminate the art of writing. In order to stop them, Atrus had no other choice than to trap them into prison ages. The end of Myst left the players without a clue as to what happened to Aknar and Cirrus. Revan was even larger and more beautiful than Myst. It contained more live-action characters and full-screen movies. It is also considered the most mind-challenging chapter in the series. Myst III Exile introduced a new technology which gives the player a 360-degree view in the game, even when the live-action characters speak to you. Exile also introduces a new character, the newborn daughter of Atrus and Catherine, Yeesha. Uru takes the Myst story in a completely new direction. Rather than being set in the past, Uru is set in the present day. For the first time, players can explore new ages in real time. Uru gives Myst fans for the first time the chance to visit the Denis Cavern and allows them to discover the mysteries of their long-lost civilization. Myst IV Revelation's story begins after Exile. Players will get to meet the young Yeesha and her two evil brothers, Aknar and Cirrus. Fans will find out answers to the questions they've had since the first Myst. However, the game remains enjoyable for all, even for newcomers into the Myst universe. The music of the game is composed by the award-winning composer of Myst III Exile, Jack Wall, and also features an exclusive track by Peter Gabriel. Revelation is more photorealistic than ever, using innovative technologies to bring even more life into the game, which runs smoothly even on older computers.
Oui, c'est la première fois que je jouais dans un jeu vidéo. C'est pas comme faire un film ou une publicité. Entre un jeu vidéo et un film, il y a la même base. T'as du texte à apprendre, puis t'as des costumes, puis des décors. Mais un jeu vidéo, c'est différent parce qu'il n'y avait rien de réel vraiment. Il n'y avait pas de personnage avec qui je parlais, il n'y avait pas de décor derrière moi. On tournait sur fond vert. Tout était vert, le scotch tape, les boîtes. Fait qu'à la fin, c'était un petit peu tanné du vert, mais il y avait des fois des actions que je devais mimer parce qu'il n'y avait pas nécessairement un objet, il n'y avait pas, je sais pas moi, une manette que je devais descendre. C'était juste une balle de tennis après un bâton, fait que c'était un petit peu difficile de m'imaginer c'était quoi pour de vrai, mais ça s'est bien passé.
La The great novelty about this Myst is the come to life.
I believe that we took a big step with Myst Revelations in regards to recreating a living world. The additions that we have made to the clouds, water, creatures, characters, wind, dust, and lightning all give a new dimension to the Myst universe. It creates a different relationship between the player and the game. Actually, we used a lot of the same 360-degree technology that was used in the third Myst, Myst Exile. However, where we differentiate ourselves a lot compared to Exile is that we integrated an environment that is completely alive. When I say completely alive, we really developed a system where we were able to insert animation that you could see in movies. We also integrated a system for the light effects with dynamic lighting. We integrated systems that really pushed the technological barrier in comparison to the previous Myst. You will see sheets of paper flying in the wind, rivers flowing, butterflies and insects flying around, for example.
You're truly going to feel as if you were in the game. There's a much greater feeling of immersion. When you walk and you hear your own footsteps, the leaves moving and other sounds, it's really intense, and you really feel part of the story.
One of the things we use to create life in Myst is what we call the combined cycles. This means that each creature you see is unique. It has its own path, its own life, and it wanders around for roughly 2 minutes, making the world living and always a bit different. If you visit the same place more than once, you will see the same creatures, but you won't necessarily see them do the same things. And that really gives a notion of life. It brings out something rarely found in video games. We allowed ourselves to add some come to life into Myst, to interact with mini-scenes which aren't part of the story but are refreshing and fun. For example, there's a mini-game involving crabs, where you can click on them, they move away, and if you leave them for 10 seconds, they come back. So we have 3 crabs that come to eat a fish, and you have to try to repel them so that they don't come and eat the fish. Akinar's world, which is very organic, required a lot of animations. And that's where most of our animation efforts went. That's where we have all the creatures, we have an entire ecosystem. In fact, I've been lucky to have some of the best animators work with me. And they were able to give a strong sense of presence to the creatures, to make them come alive and exist in the universe. For me, Myst is a game that can provide emotions to a player that he can't find in other games. Because we allowed him to stop, examine, and explore the various situations, listen, and think. It's a sensational experience. Everything has been done so that Myst fans feel at home as soon as they set foot in the game. The first event in the game is a direct reference to other Mysts, so I think they'll love what they're going to find.
Actually, all kinds of people can enjoy playing Myst. The explorers who wander around and discover new worlds, the puzzle fans who enjoy complicated and complex things. There are those who want to live an adventure, and that's why we made sure that the puzzles weren't too complicated, that there was a way to find some help. Everyone can enjoy their Myst in different ways. We wanted to make sure that people really enjoyed the game. We didn't want people to get to a puzzle and think, this puzzle doesn't make sense. What we did first was draw and describe the puzzles. We had them tested by people on paper, then we did them in low resolution. We retested them, then we did them in high resolution. We retested them, and afterwards, in-game, we tested them again. And all the time we adjusted things to be sure that it corresponded to what people expect.
In Revelations, we decided to add elements, such as the camera and the player's diary, to help him in his quest, but also to personalize the player's adventure. If you leave on vacation, you come back 2 weeks later, and you still have your pictures in your diary. You can also write in the diary to have your own comments. Players will feel at the end of their adventure that it was really their adventure, with their comments, their pictures. I believe it's something useful for the game, but which is also helpful for the player's experience and immersion.
There's the amulet. If it's flashing, you can click on it and you see or hear something that took place in the past. It helps you understand what's happening in the present. The zip mode is a way to quickly move between places. Oh, I want to see something I saw at the very beginning, 3 hours ago. Players don't want to walk all the way back there. We have little screens that show the places they've already been. They click on it and bang, they're sent directly back to where they came from.
Periodically, we have to validate the player's choices. It's very important to keep them on the right track. People often need nothing more than a little hint, and the help system serves just that purpose.
The challenge was that we wanted to please the fans. For those who knew what went on before, we wanted them to understand everything. But we also wanted to make sure that someone could just pick Myst up, play it, and become absorbed in the game without knowing the background. So the fans will explore, read, examine the books, understand the finer details within the story. The new players will have a very enjoyable experience without having to go into such detail unless they want to.
You have to see Myst like a new experience, an all-around good time. We really wanted to immerse the player into a new adventure, a new universe, a new gaming experience, and I think we can say we have been successful in doing just that.
Un peu comme dans un très bon film, la musique, disons que tu prends un film de suspense, d'aventure et tu enlèves le son, mais il n'y a plus rien. C'est la même chose pour Myst. Et traditionnellement, la plupart des Myst ont un très bon score et une très bonne musique.
Pour un jeu comme Myst, c'est sûr qu'il y a une quantité phénoménale d'animation abrutée. On a dû passer plus de 2 mois à faire le bruitage organique, afin de sonoriser les différents puzzles, les créatures et le live action. Bien, premièrement, le joueur va avoir la sensation de déplacement. Donc, le joueur, lorsqu'il va pivoter sur lui-même, il va avoir un petit son de footstep, un scuff qui va être lancé à tous les 90 degrés. Nous avons essayé d'apporter une plus grande immersion aux joueurs dans les différents environnements, ce qui permet aux joueurs d'avoir une sensation du toucher. Donc, si le joueur frappe, par exemple, un arbre, il va sentir la résonance de l'objet en question qui a été frappé. Ou si le joueur se trouve devant le bureau d'Atrus, qui est le personnage principal, il va avoir la possibilité de cliquer sur le volume, le livre qu'on retrouve, la petite lampe, les feuilles de papier, et à chaque fois sentir une diversité, une variation des sons lancés par le clic. On a créé une variété d'environ 150 textures sonores originales afin de sonoriser tous les différents objets qu'on peut voir à une distance de portée de bras.
Nous travaillons avec Peter Gabriel. Donc Peter Gabriel était d'accord pour faire un morceau rien que pour nous. Donc c'est un morceau qu'il a composé pour Myst. Le Myst précédent avait eu de très très bonnes revues grâce à la musique de Jack Wall, donc nous avons décidé de retravailler avec Jack Wall cette fois-ci.
Myst IV was one of those things that took about 2 years to materialize. The main theme is based on a specific age that has interesting people in it. That's all I can say, really. The inspiration came from the artwork and what I saw on video. The score is very much influenced by the story itself. So the rest of it is inspired simply by the way the ages look and the way they feel, and I try to make it sound just like it looks, you know, if you know what I mean. They're so unique looking that it creates a unique sound, I think. One way we could really improve on this game is to make the music kind of work more interactively and more with what was going on with the drama and the storyline of Myst IV. Myst is the kind of thing where I have a lot of freedom to do things that, you know, you normally can't do with a score. I mean, what you heard today, we were recorded for 4 hours today here in Bratislava with the Slovak Radio Orchestra. You know, that stuff, as you hear it go down, sounds really like traditional film score, right? Because it is. It's what it is. But that layered with other elements from my palette and the palette that goes on in other parts of the game make it, one, more seamless, but also another, Myst-like. This game, Myst IV, will be absolutely the best Myst game ever made. And the reason I say that is because people who've never finished the first Myst will be able to finish this game. And the soundtrack we're putting together, I think it'll be a great package, and I'm definitely going to want to play it.